the worst smell you could think of, like a hobo just walked into the house who hasn't showered in years. That's what it smelled like, and it just permeated through wherever the source of the smell was, which was Kevin,
which
was
a grown-ass man in his 30s.
I can trash talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of what's the show called, Kayla?
Trash talk.
We're here to talk. Don't you come up? Oh, Buffy. No. Oh, look at her. Oh, look at Buffy. Oh, I love our dog so much.
She's so pretty.
She's so sweet. Yeah, that's right. Daddy loves you. Yes, look, you want to say, hey, welcome to Trash Talk?
Hey, no, not you, cat. Get down.
Get that cat out of here. Oh, I love our dog, Kayla.
Yeah.
She's such a sweetheart. You know what I don't like, though? Pieces of trash that mistreat their pets and neglect them and are just terrible human beings overall.
Don't even want to play with them.
Yeah, that's a segue, because today's topic of Trash Talk is about a gentleman named Kevin, and he is the brother of Terry that we did our most popular episode of Trash Talk about. And he's the oldest. You would think he might be the smartest, but no. He is a big, dumb oaf. And a huge piece of shit. And a terrible dog owner.
Yep.
So much to the point that I wanted to have a trash talk about him. Our friend Jenny, Kevin and Terry's sister, has told us a little bit about Kevin in the past. And just a little bit of a recap. Kevin was a police officer, was fired for what he claims to be politics, but after that he became a security guard.
I mean, a long time after that.
After that. So he just did nothing for some
security
time.
Guard. Oh, well, yeah, because he was that security guard, a mall security guard. So
mall security guard, watching a lot of Paul Blart, getting a lot of inspiration. So Kevin is still a security guard, but he fancies himself a scientific expert on everything.
Expert on any and everything you can think of.
Yeah, and if he doesn't like any of the facts you throw at him, he's like, "Oh, politics! Oh my God!" And Kevin and I have had words. On Facebook, he'll try and defend himself, but he can't because I'm too good and too smart. And after a while, he'll walk back his comments, but immediately go back and become the racist, intolerable piece of shit that we see today. Do you have anything else you want to add about Kevin, Kayla?
The first time, like, my family, like my mom, my brother, and me, we went over to Jenny. You know, that's their sister.
Mm-hmm.
That's Kevin and Terry's sister, and my best friend, Jenny. We went over to her house for Thanksgiving. This was a little over a month after my grandma died, my mom's mom, and it was just the first holiday without her. So it was an emotional time, but I was looking forward to spending it with her family and her
being around some positive people, smelling the delicious smells of turkey and stuffing, and not anything repulsive at all, right?
Yeah, and not be at my grandmother's house. So we show up, and this is the first time my mom has ever been to like anything that Jenny's thrown like this, like Thanksgiving dinner. So we show up at the house, and immediately just the stench of, I can't describe it other than meat feet. Like if you had like stinky feet and like old meat and you put them together, that's meat feet. Just the worst smell you could think of, like a hobo just walked into the house who hasn't showered in years. That's what it smelled like, and it just permeated through wherever the source of the smell was, which was Kevin, which was
a grown-ass man in his 30s.
I couldn't believe it, and it made me so angry, and it made me want to puke, and it made me want to not eat, but I did as quickly as possible. I think me and my brother ate, my mom did not, but like this motherfucker was
it stank so bad that your mom wouldn't eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker would just be laid out on Jenny's couch with his nasty, disgusting smelling feet out. But I mean, I'm pretty sure it was just the whole body. And
he was living with his mom, the drunk.
Oh, yeah.
his mom doesn't pay bills, so they shut off the water. So they would occasionally, once every 6 months, whether they needed it or not, go to the gym or the YMCA and pay the $7 to shower.
But he decided not to on this occasion, and he went straight from hunting in a forest for over the weekend to Thanksgiving, or to Jenny's house.
And if I recall correctly, he arrived the night before.
The night before, yeah.
Jenny's preparing to have her Thanksgiving dinner that she's been making for years, and she does an amazing job. And she's in the middle of her preparing everything. She's like, here's some like towels and rags and some spare clothes. Would you mind taking a shower? You kind of smell like ass. Now, when we all know types like this, and I was even like this when I was younger and less mature. When my younger sister would ask me or tell me to do something, I'd be like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm the big brother. Now, when that mentality becomes a cop and gets fired and is a fat, disgusting, lard-ass piece of shit, that's Kevin. He is a stubborn, arrogant, racist buffoon. And he smells like shit. And luckily I didn't go. Actually, I'm upset that I didn't go because I would have yelled at him something awful. But Kevin smells like shit is the moral of the story.
He ruined Thanksgiving for me and my fucking family, I'll tell you that.
And it's not like he was oblivious to it.
No.
He knew about it. People told him about it, and he refused to shower for whatever reason. Dude, you can't shower because your mom turned off the water. That's fine. Jenny's got everything you need. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to let my little... And this is Kevin's mindset on everything. Anytime Jenny went to college, Jenny has a degree, Jenny is intelligent.
Yes.
And Kevin is not. But anytime she's trying to be a good sister, it's Kevin, I want to let you know this is how you might need to do this. No, you can't tell me what to do. I know better. I'm not racist.
And knowing that now, I really wish that I would have said something to him and embarrassed him in front of his whole family, because he deserved that.
That's what.
Because he brushed off that, he needing a shower from Jenny.
Yeah, but you don't know this. You don't know this
I didn't
there.
know that.
That's what Jenny's telling you after the fact. She said, I told him to wash up, I asked him to wash up. And I'm sure she was really nice about it and trying not to embarrass him and be like, could you, like, you kind of smell, maybe because everyone else might be upset. I don't mind, but just so you don't. No, I'm not gonna. Fuck Kevin is the moral of the story.
Yes, I'm really glad I got to tell that story, because you do not understand how angry that made me. I was really looking forward to spending time at Thanksgiving. It was emotional, and I was just fuming. I came home just like, God damn it, Mike. One of my biggest regrets in life is not asking you to come, which I thought about asking you.
This was a couple years ago, and I had just lost like $3,800 over probably about like a 40-hour stint at the casino because it was Thanksgiving and I had time off. I had the money to burn, but of course I'm not particularly thrilled about losing almost $4,000. I come home and I just kind of pass out. Jenny isn't going to take it personally if I don't come. I fall asleep and I just immediately wake up because the door slams and Kayla comes in and she's like, motherfucker! This stinky ass piece of shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? And she goes off on Kevin, something awful. I've never seen anything like it. And I'm like, Kayla, I am so turned on right now. God damn you. She lays into him and I'm just like, wow. I'm like, man, I would have been so tired and miserable and cranky. That would have been the best version of Mike, to be smelling Kevin's disgusting feet and ass.
Yeah.
And I would not have been as polite as everyone else would have. I would have gone and I would have just sniffed around the house and be like, oh, it's here. Hey, it's Kevin. Everybody, it's Kevin. Kevin, get the fuck out of the house or I'm going to hose you down, you piece of shit. So, that's Kevin. The moral of the story is Kevin's a smelly piece of shit. Mm-hmm. Kevin is also a dog owner. Technically a dog owner. He doesn't take care of his dog, though. When he was living with his mom, he had that one, a German Shepherd, right? Because it's a police dog, and he thinks he's John Wick. He really does. He thinks he's tough shit, but he's a fucking pathetic loser.
That tells people exactly how stupid this man is. He brought a dog just because it was a dog that police officers use, and he wants to be a police officer. Like, that's the simplicity of his brain we're dealing with.
We're not going to talk about that dog. What I want to talk about is the new dog that I just learned about. Jenny is in a group message with Kevin and Terry and some other family. Kevin posts a picture of this corgi puppy. And Jenny says, another new dog? It's adorable. What's its name? Kevin says, yes, Jennifer. It's on Facebook. I got a refund from the original breeder from Boomer. A refund, you say? And scientist Terry, did you take both doggies for a checkup? Are they both healthy or need treatment? And Kevin says, yes, they are both healthy. Kayla, you're like, oh, you got a refund? Now, this was what I listened to, and I had to stop, and I'm like, oh, we need to do this video.
Okay.
Did I tell you guys how his new puppy, the new corgi, like the one he got a few months ago, died? It had like choked on something and was having a seizure, and Kevin was trying to do chest compressions on the pup, and it was bleeding.
Okay, pausing. So August 1st, he had a puppy Boomer.
I'm sorry, just picturing you trying to save his dog. That sounds depressing, but
yeah, it gets better, Kayla, but we got to break this down.
That's not funny. Sorry.
So Kevin has this dog, Boomer.
Yeah.
It's not the dog in the picture we saw. It's the dog he got a refund for.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently it choked on something and was like dying.
How
and
did you get a refund for that?
Let's keep going with this.
Eating from his mouth, like this whole terrible thing, and Kevin had Cassie called 911, and Kevin was screaming at the dispatcher to send an ambulance, and they're like, we're not sending an ambulance for a dog. It's a dog. Take it to the...
I send it in.
It's like, Cassie is his wife. He's like, Cassie, call 911. Come on, Boomer. I'm gonna save you. I'm a good cop and definitely a good dog dad. I'm gonna say, come on, God damn it. Breathe, damn it! Breathe! And then he's like, and then Cassie's on the phone, and she's like, hey, they're saying they can't send a fucking ambulance for a puppy, for a dog. And he's like, give me the phone. You get that ambulance down here right now, God damn it. I used to be a cop, but I was the best cop. I was gonna be detective, and I was never racist. What the hell? Get my dog!
Like, you guys can't drive it to a hospital?
Pet emergency, and he's like, if you brought the ambulance, you would be able to save my dog right now. And they said no, and then Kevin was losing his shit that he had to take the dog to the ER and pet emergency, and then it did die. But the fact that he was a police officer and thought that they were gonna send an ambulance for a pup.
The fact that he was a police officer and he thought that they would send an ambulance for a dog.
And he can't even afford an ambulance for himself, probably. Like, he's really gonna pay for the transportation for a dog to a
How
hospital
long was
or
he
whatever.
Punching that dog in the chest and calling for an ambulance when he could have gotten in the car and fucking
Yeah, seriously, that
drive it
wasted
over there?
time too. That was a waste too.
Jenny was saying that she thought it choked on something and it was bleeding from the mouth. The way Kevin handles himself is he calls 911. It's, I used to be a cop, and I didn't listen to these other ones, but they're shorter.
Obviously tragic, like sad the dog died,
Sad,
whatever, like
Very sad.
but he's so stupid.
He is so stupid. Here's the last one.
Yeah, I don't understand what he's talking about with the refund, but like Beverly, he makes up lies.
No. With the refund, I understand immediately. He contacted the owner and he's like, my dog died. I want my money back. Gut feeling. I'm not even joking. The dog died. I don't know how. I either want my money back or a new dog. That's the refund. He demanded a refund because of a dog he neglected and allowed to die.
Right.
And honestly, he probably could have, if it was still struggling to breathe, if he just immediately took it to an animal hospital instead of playing fucking detective and playing hero cop, then his dog might still be alive.
It doesn't even make sense, because like the dog will die before an ambulance would get there if there's a theoretical dog ambulance, if it's choking on something.
Even if there was a people ambulance. Are these first responders trained on how to save dogs? No, they're not.
No.
Good God.
I
But-
don't Stupid.
You have to understand how dumb this guy is.
Yeah.
And just thinks that, call 911 for dogs.
He does want to say that he probably spent $2,000 on another dog. So he just, I got a refund. Like, what the fuck? No, what? Or maybe there's like some kind of warranty. If the dog dies in the first year, they'll give you a new dog. I don't know.
There might be something like that, but it also, Jenny raises a good point. Maybe he didn't get a refund, but didn't want to admit that he paid $2,000 for a new dog.
No, that's definitely it. There's
that's
no
probably
freaking warranty. How would that work? It was clearly his fault. Like, you know, and they wouldn't be able to prove it if it's not or if it is. Like, I mean, I wouldn't give him anything.
It would be reckless for them to give this man another life to care for. So Jenny did reply to Kevin's message, and she says, I'm so glad that your wife is there because she makes sure that the pets are taken care of and get vaccinated. Because Kevin, of course, is a buffoon and an idiot and is the biggest anti-vaxxer of all time because he saw a funny meme one time that said, vaccines are bad. And he's like, that's my personality now. Kevin replies, as far as getting vaccinated, I'll take care of my vaccination myself whenever the government decides not to fuck up the whole world. No one mentioned the dude.
They're talking about the dog's vaccination.
We're talking about the dog
idiot.
vaccines. And then Jenny's like, I'm glad Cassie is vaccinating your guys' pets. You and Beverly never kept up with basic pet needs.
See, I just wish you'd start being mean to these people. Be like, I was talking about the dog's vaccinations, you fucking moron.
Yes.
You know? Just
that's why we're here, Kayla.
Call him stupid. Because he is.
We're here to call him a stupid fucking idiot, racist, dumb fuck.
Yeah.
And, in a perfect world, he'll see it. And he'll know we were talking about him. And maybe he'll cry. Or maybe he'll take a bath. But
I won't hold my breath. Or maybe I will. 'Cause it stinks.
Gotcha on that one. Boomer, his other dog, was alive on August 1st. And so it was alive at the beginning of the month here.
Jesus.
And this isn't, I mean, I don't know if this is the last dog that he killed, but well,
me and Jenny have the theory that he just put the German Shepherd down when they moved.
Yeah, because he had to move, and they couldn't take the dog.
Right.
And suddenly the dog was no longer anywhere. Mm-hmm. And this is the dog that he would just leave locked up all day, right?
Yes, because it's a German Shepherd with a lot of energy and a puppy German Shepherd.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to take care of it or play with it.
Because he's a fat, disgusting slob that doesn't want to spend time.
He just wants the dog there for when he wants it there.
Yeah. And so the dog would stay locked up all day and then, scratch the doors and, make a mess. And then he'd be mad because he doesn't spend time training his dog or caring for it. I share the same theory. I think whatever he did, maybe he took it to the pound. I don't know. When he moved and he couldn't bring the German Shepherd, he was like, I got to find a place for it. And Jenny's like, not fucking my house. And then suddenly the dog wasn't an issue anymore.
Yeah.
Without going too much deeper into Kevin, because we could be here all night. That'll wrap up this episode of Trash Talk. Unless you've got anything else you want to add about Kevin. All right, that'll be it for this episode of Trash Talks. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe and.